All right, so far we have started looking at radians and degrees. We've covered the differences between those two. We've also talked about the angles on the unit circle. So the next step is to look for points, and we'll start with the pi over 4 circle, just like we did with the angles. So here's the pi over 4 circle. We know the angles already. We're looking really for these points. We've already made a note that the unit circle is called the unit circle because it has a radius of 1, which means that this point will be the point where ordered pair 1, 0. The second point is really the point that leads us to every other point in the circle. So we're going to take some special care with that one. What I've done is I've drawn a triangle that kind of fits into that circle so we can extract that. Keep in mind that this radius is 1, which means that the hypotenuse of this right triangle is also 1. Well, we can use Pythagorean theorem. You could say this is x, so x squared plus x squared equals 1 squared. You can use 45, 45, 90 triangle theorem, since this is a 45-degree angle right here. However you want to find that, what you'll find is that the length and or base and height, and maybe better terms to use, the base and height are both square root 2 over 2. Not too surprising that they're the same, considering this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. But that's what we have there. So again, the base is square root 2 over 2. The height is square root 2 over 2 using one of those methods I mentioned earlier, which means that this point has an x value. Since it's the same, the x value would be the same as the base of that triangle. The x value would be square root 2 over 2. And a y value of also square root 2 over 2. Okay. Now, once we have those 2 points, the rest is really, really simple for this circle. This is the point 1, 0, so this would, by necessity, be the point 0, 1. It has the same radius, if you're thinking about the circle, and it's 1 unit away from the center. Go ahead and complete those axis points. This would be the point negative 1, 0, and this one's the point 0, negative 1. What I'll always see on a quiz is people get those mixed up, so 1, 0 gets replaced with 0, 1, and so forth. Just be careful about that. From this other point, square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2, we're going to move straight across the y-axis. It's a reflection, really. If you want to think about that as a reflection. We're going to just take this triangle, same triangle. I can even just move it over here and do a little quick rotation. And what we'll see is that, it's the same situation on that side. So from there, it's easy enough to see that this point would have the same values, square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2, but the x-axis is the negative side of that x-axis. Just drop straight down, has the same x value, negative root 2 over 2, and a negative y value. Go across the y-axis again to this fourth quadrant point, and what we'll see is same thing, square root 2 over 2 and square root 2 over 2, but the x value is positive, the y value is negative. There's tons of ways to remember these. There's a video on my website that will help you to see the whole thing at once with the pi over 4 and pi over 6 circles, but these need to be memorized, and we'll see why in a couple lessons.